When you're going to the coast in Kenya, you see a lot of old white men, and they are misusing some situation. So you're seeing old white men, and they are misusing the financial situations of young Kenyan ladies. We as girls should not normalize things. I mean, for sure, in a lot of situations, we are the victims. Okay, I think there are different experiences. So on the one hand, there are a lot of nice men. I made very nice friendships, and I found a very nice Kenyan man. But on the other hand, sometimes I feel like, I mean, you can say it about men worldwide, but now I'm just talking about Kenyan men, that sometimes they are not respecting me. And especially when I'm by myself and when my boyfriend is not there, they're shouting like, Muzungu, come here. Even when it's late and it's getting dark and you're not feeling so comfortable, then there are like, I don't know, 5 to 10 drunk men, and you don't want them to talk to you, and they're just following you or taking your hand, and you don't even want that.
And where is these things happening? In Nairobi town or where?
It depends. I mean, it's sometimes it's in Kahawa, sometimes it's in Nairobi town. Don't want to talk about all men so negatively. For example, in Kahawa, there are some men and they're always chilling outside, chewing jaba and drinking cake. And they're very nice, and they're always protecting me when someone is saying something bad or is misbehaving. They're like the people of my hood. I think it's culture on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's culture. I don't know. I mean, okay, on the one hand, it's culture. On the other hand, it depends on where situations like this are happening. For example, when you are in villages, I feel like because sometimes people are not so exposed, they've never seen white people, then they are misbehaving because they feel like they have the right to do that. Sure. I mean, it happens to me in Germany as well, but I think when I was younger, because right now the people I'm with in Germany, my friendship group, they're very aware of problems like that. And especially in my bubble I'm living in Germany, things like this will never happen. But sure, it's still happening in Germany. And it happened to me as well. Yeah.
It's only that in Africa, it's way higher. The frequency is even higher.
I would say, especially when you're just walking on the street and people are asking you, do you want to marry me? Can I have your phone number? And now you're laughing about it, and at the beginning I was also laughing about it. But at some point I really felt bad about it, because who are you? Who the fuck are you to ask me if you can marry me? I mean, for sure the question doesn't really make sense, but I'm not feeling comfortable when every second man is asking that. And it's kind of sexual harassment. Okay, I think people should create awareness about how women are feeling, how bad sometimes men are behaving. And even when you are a friendship group of, I don't know, 5 men, and you feel like your friend behaved wrong, you have to tell him. You just don't have to stand there and say nothing. You have to raise your voice and say something like, this was not right what you did.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to a minority group. And women are discriminated in every society. Another thing I think could be done is that we as girls should not normalize things. I mean, for sure, in a lot of situations, we are the victims. So we have the right to not talk, but I feel like we have to talk to change something in the future. So things are not normalized by men. So when a random man is just touching us, even if it's just our arm, it's still sexual harassment. It's sexual harassment. So you have to say something. You just don't have to leave. I mean, if you feel like doing that, you should do it. Nobody can judge you for that, to run away from the situation. But if you feel like you have the power to say something, you should say something.
I believe also. Some days back, I met this American couple and this Kenyan guy. Do you think ladies are more into African men?
I don't think you can generalize it. I don't think so. Love is not about skin color. Love is about you meet someone, you like the person, you fall in love. And I think if you spend a lot of time in a different country, the probability is high that you're falling in love with someone who's staying in the country. So, the last 4 years or 3 years, I spent a lot of time in Kenya. I think I spent half of my time here and half of my time in Germany. And then I met someone. Not married, but I have a lot of friends who are couples. Yeah, for sure. Why not? I think it's very hard to have a distance relationship. So I think the only thing which will be problematic also in my relationship will be the distance. Yeah.
So it's not about the skin.
No. When you are going to the coast in Kenya, you see a lot of old white men, and they are misusing some situation. You're seeing old white men, and they are misusing the financial situations of young Kenyan ladies. So there are a lot of stereotypes that white and black people are just together because of the money. So sometimes people are looking in a very weird way when my boyfriend and I are walking around, and sometimes that doesn't feel so good. Why do people ask what sponsor? It's not about sponsoring somebody.
That's right.
A lot of people are telling us we are cute, and they are asking us to take a picture. I mean, not a lot. I think it happened twice or 3.